So, much love, respect, and appreciation. And the main thing that I've stated to a lot of people before is this: I've always been about the children directly out here. Any type of wrongdoing or missteps that people are doing, those need to be highlighted, right? And 9 times out of 10, whenever you see things get highlighted, people primarily want to sit up there and state, "Oh, it's the men, it's the men, it's the men." And we specifically saw that within the education system, right? When it specifically dealt this teacher right here, where it went viral, people did not like the fact that this was a grown man that allowed his students to specifically, go and, undo his hair, right? These are the students that are part of his class. This is what he filmed directly on his TikTok, on top of the fact that he also had the parents, or parent sign off on a media release form that then allowed the students to be directly on his social media, of which even the parents themselves happen to know about, and also the principal and other teachers at the school also knew about as well. And you had a lot of people that were coming out stating a variety of things about him, trying to say that he was going after the children, that he's showing everybody the type of man that he is. He's this type of pred directly out here. He's this type of groomer directly out here. These girls need to be saved. They don't realize what he's doing. This is very methodical, and he's doing this, that, and the third, while behind the scenes he's probably X, Y, and Z, with the students, right? A lot of people wanted to say a lot of things, right? Then I stated to people and also showcase evidence and proof that he's not the only teacher that has ever done this. That if you're going to, in a sense, try to fire him or try to insinuate that he needs to be locked up, arrested, or you specifically know that he's this type of male that's, trying to groom and coerce and do all of these things, try to play Jedi mind tricks with these female students, then you should do and treat all of these other teachers the exact same way when you see these students being so personal, getting into the personal space, touching directly on the teachers, being so buddy, friendly, right? But again, people did not have the same energy on social media, and people still wanted to double and triple down directly on the teacher. So now we have this woman here, right, where she had her Twitter account up at one moment in time, and then she decided that she wanted to delete that as quickly as possible as soon as she even got a hint or a whiff that this was going to go viral. She got rid of the page. No longer can you see the image directly of her face or anything, but she clearly stated directly to people, and this is why I told people before, when it deals with women, with the bodies that they have, dressing a certain type of way, what specifically are you trying to do? What specifically are they trying to convey? And people try to tell men to, oh, why you're always trying to sexualize, you're trying to control what it is that women wear, what it is that women do. Women have autonomy. Women are not the same as men. We don't specifically do this or that, right? But why would a teacher or somebody that works in a school system state showing off her backside? She's like, y'all, do you think my 10th graders are looking at me? Why, as a grown woman, would you even make a post like that at all? Are you trying to provide some type of access to your students that are in 10th grade? Are you trying to entice them in a certain type of way as an adult female? Again, I'm just trying to, maybe I'm reading this wrong, because clearly people have told me that I was wrong on so many other accounts. When it deals with the black male teacher, people were still doubling down, even though I showcased proof of other teachers that were doing the exact same thing as that black male teacher, and they still wanted to, try to excuse it. Oh, well, we're not talking about those teachers. We're talking about this black male teacher, what it is that he stated, how it is that he stated it, this one off video somewhere off on the web, and then specifically the videos that he has of the students. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. It needs not to happen. We need to condemn him. We need to burn him at the stake, and we need to make sure that he's fired, right? And women, primarily women, were very great online, and they inevitably got him fired. So job well done to all of the women out there that wanted to have him fired. And I also showcased some of those comments as well, where you have women directly underneath his social media profile chanting, yay, thank God he's fired. He doesn't need to be here. He doesn't need a teaching license. He doesn't need to be anywhere around kids or anything like that, right? So kudos, clap it up for the women directly out there because you successfully got this male teacher fired and more than likely stripped of his, license to even teach. But as I told people before, the moment in time that you decide that you want to make the focal point as men, because you want to believe that men are the enemy and men are doing everything wrong, you allow the door to be open for others who look just like you to just go in there plain sight. You can clearly see these women. You can clearly acknowledge these women. And these women do and write these things on social media all the time. And I kid you not, they write it all the time. And the reason why they get away and they write this all the time, because there's no type of responsibility or accountability, more so specifically when it deals with other women getting on women like this. And I told y'all before that you're going to have women out here. The moment in time that you have the percentage of male teachers out here is at 25%, while the percentage of female teachers in the United States is at 75%, 74 to 75%. So the moment in time that starts to drop and you start seeing just 15%, 10%, maybe even 5% of men that are in the American schools as teachers, you're going to start to see this type of stuff run amok. You're going to see day in and day out of female teachers going out there, going directly after the students, writing in comments like this, trying to insinuate, because they're not going to get checked by other women. Because like I said before, the only time that women seem to care if anything happens to kids is primarily and almost only 99.9% of the time if a man did it. If the face of the crime or the face of the wrongdoing is a man at the end of the day, that's the only time that you really see women showing up in droves. Oh, we're about to get you fired. We're going to sit up there and dox you. We're going to make sure you lose your job. We're going to make sure you lose your certification. We're going to make sure everybody knows about you. But I never see that exact same energy online, especially from women when it deals with a female teacher doing stuff like this. And people think that I'm wrong when I want to, call out stuff like this. And I've called out stuff all over the board. But primarily speaking, whenever I showcase stuff like this of women doing it, silence. Like I said before, when I did the video of the black male teacher, I had about 69, 70 comments directly under there. When I showcase female teachers doing this, I never get anywhere close to that amount of comments in the comment section of people wanting to have a conversation, starting up threads, arguing back and never get that same energy. And I'm like, wow, the double standard is real. The double standard is real. So like I said before, to any of the women out there, if you got sons and they're being taught in the public or the private school sector, Godspeed. Because good luck. Because a lot of the main people that are a part of your sisterhood or whatever it is that you want to call it, they're going to be going directly after your sons. And it's not going to be nobody out there at a point in time to really speak on it. Because now it's getting to the point in time where even doing stories like this, where it's critiquing women, is being targeted by government-backed organizations. So soon enough, you're going to start to see a change in the online landscape where a lot of men are going to just step away from even referring to or even talking about any stories dealing with women. So like I said, let me just again clap it up for all of the women directly out there, because you are making sure to do your job to silence a part of the population that will critique and try to showcase any and all wrongdoings. So like I said, because it's not going to be highlighted as much as it is now or it used to be, you're going to start to see more and more of this run amok, and there's not going to be anything that you can do about it, and nor is there going to be any way for you to stop it. So again, let me just clap it up for the women out there. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, because y'all are doing the damn thing out here. Y'all are really doing it. So when men aren't out here able to critique and try to bring warning signs to let people know what's going on, who's going to be left to do it? Who's going to be left to work that lighthouse to let people know, like, hey, you're making a little bit too close to shore. You're going to sit up there and crash your boat. Hey, you're going to tear up your boat. Hey, you're going to sink your boat. Hey, you're not going to survive. Like I said, when you don't have anybody working those bat signals or those lights anymore, we'll see who's going to take over and man that project to make sure that it's still going, that those warnings are still going out. Because I promise you, a lot of women ain't going to do it. I can promise you that.